and welcome to the Nexus. Today we're doing issue 63 and 62, I should say, of our Optimus Prime build. Let's get going. Okay, so we are doing 62 and 63. Just here, it's going to basically be doing his fingers in 62 and the palm and putting the hands together and that in 63. So there's little bits to do. We're doing them together. There's not much to do in this two issues. And we're doing his, let me just have a look. We're doing his left hand. So we've got a right leg, a body, and now we're starting on the left hand. So it is all over the show. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to crack on with it now. Let's get going. Okay, so we're going to be doing 62 first. We're going to put the bits aside, have a quick look through the mag. And this is, sorry, on the road to Exodus. So this is where they supposedly left in Dark of the Moon. And then Victorious there. And we've got Sunstrike. Then we come on to some more Predacons, the Beast Machines there. So we've got some really nice... we're coming on to more of the modern stuff, I would say. I think a lot of this stuff was out in like 2014. So we are coming on to that sort of era now. Transformers have been out forever. And the figures have just continued to come out. And as you can see, we're just going to be building all of his hands like that. So we do need a screwdriver. I've got that there. I do need the instructions so I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to stick that there. And we are now. So obviously we've got one thumb and 4 fingers. So these are all the pieces. Like so. We need to just identify some of the pieces so we know. And yep, I believe this is his thumb, this section here. And I'm just sort of looking around to see what we've got here. So it might be worth getting all these bits out just so we know where they are. So these are, I should have 5 of them. Yep. I should have 5 of them. We should have 4 of them, so I'll keep them to the side, and 4 of them because that's for the fingers. And we've got 5 of these, so we do need 1 of these. So that looks like that. So we're going to be putting 1 of these on here. Like so. Okay. Right, so it needs to be upside down. That little section just there. Then we need... Now, some of these have got flat heads and some of them haven't, so I need to work out which is which. Because we've got some different ones here, as you can see. So we're going to need a smaller one, which I think are these ones. And then we're just going to push that through. No, maybe that's not the smaller one. Maybe it's these ones. Okay. That needs to be forced through. Let me get a pair of pliers. I'm going to have to sort of clamp it together. Okay. So let's give this a try. So I'm going to just clamp it down like this. And just go straight through. That's a nice fit. So that's supposed to be like that. Then we're going to grab this section. And that is going to go on like that. Yep, like that. Just want to make sure we get it the right way. Then we're going to grab a slightly bigger one and do the same for this one. So I'm just going to put it like that. And it just clips through. So that's his thumb. We also need a cover. So the cover's going to go on, and it needs to be so it's sort of sloping back, as you can see. Okay, so that is his thumb, just there, like so. Put that aside. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab all of these, and all of these, and all of them. And yeah, 1, 2, 3. There you go. There is 4 there. So these 4, we're going to grab these here. We're just going to build all of them similar to what we've just done. So I'm just going to do one again just to show you, making sure that's up. So these ones here are the slightly smaller ones. So when you put it in, you put it so the sort of grid section here is facing down, and there's a hole at the top here, and then we're just going to push this through like so, and we're going to clamp it so it just goes through like so, and then we're going to put one of these on. Yeah, so that's like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest. Just before I do this one, I'm going to actually show you a bit more closely what we do. So we've done those ones there. So you get the 3 sections just like this, or the 3 pieces. We're going to put it in like that. So that bit there, that's the bottom bit, and that's the top, and you can tell it's the top because it has the little hole there. And what we're going to do is put the pin in like that. We're going to clamp it down so it just pops in like so, and then we're going to grab the cover. Now, as you can see, there's a slightly bigger section with a curve, and then there's this small triangle section just here, so it's like a bit with a curve. The curve goes towards the back and it just pushes in, and so that's like that. So we now have our 4 fingers, which are just here, and we also have our thumb as well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to grab these sections here. So let me just zoom out a little bit. There we go. So we've done those, so we're just putting them to a side for a minute. We're going to grab these big sections here. So they're like that. And then we've got these sections here and these bits. So one is left and one is the right side. So we're going to grab this and we're going to push the that's that side. This one just clicks on, and we've got one this side, and we need to make sure that we get the right ones. There we go, like that. Then what we're going to do, we're going to grab that, we're going to put that on there. We're going to grab the not so big ones, these ones. We're going to put them through there like that. And that is like that. So once again, we're going to grab that. That just pushes on. And on that side, that just pushes on. Nice tight fit as well. Grab one of our fingers, put it in like that, grab a pin. So we get 3 different sides of these pins. It's just making sure you get the right one. That one goes in, and another finger. So I'm going to do the other two. Okay, now. So once again, I'm going to show you quickly what we do. So this is the parts that we're going to be putting together just here. So we're going to grab this part here, and like I said, you'll have a right and a left side, so they're in individual bags, so that this curved section is going to sit just there. So they literally just push on just like that, and you'll have one for this side. So once again, this section is going to sit under that side just like that. Then we're going to grab our finger, put the finger in like that, our pin as well. Now these they can't just push these in, they do need some pliers, because they don't just go in like so. So you just have to line it up and push it down. And there we go. So we now have all of our fingers and our thumb, but we've got one last bit to do. So this is just the end bit for these, and for that we need our bigger ones. These are our big ones just there. So we're going to grab one like that, and this, so we've got this area here which got a bigger hole one end and a smaller hole the other. We need a bigger side up, and it's going to sit in like that, and we're going to use the bigger pin all on the sort of same side. So this is going to just sit in there. That's it. So that should sit in like that. So once again, we're going to sit this down. I'm going to sit it. It almost looks like this part is upside down, but it's not. You need to make sure, like I said, the bigger hole is facing top side. So there we go. Is facing top side, so that's obviously the top of the finger. So the bigger hole obviously goes at the top there, but as you look underneath, it looks like it's the wrong way around. It isn't. It's the right way. We'll find all that out in a minute, because we're going to be putting the actual hand on in the next issue. So this one's going to go just there. Now, the last one here that we are going to put in, that is going to sit like that. Put our bigger pin in, and it's always the last one that gives you the problems. There we go. And there we go. So at the end of that issue, we have got his fingers here and his thumb, which I believe is going to sort of, so it's all going to sort of sit like that. And as you can see, one is a little bit smaller than the other, but there we go. That's his hand. So, oh well, his fingers anyway, for the hand. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do issue 63, which will finish off the hand. So let's do that now. Okay, so we're doing issue 63, Jimmy Wang. A little bio on him. A bridge that delivers, or that's the space bridge back basically we're talking about there. Some more Predacon stuff, and then we come on to Transformers Car Robots, which was an anime series, as you can see that they did. That goes into more about it, and as you can see, we are now going to be completing his hand, and that's the bit that we've all come here to see. So let's put the instructions in front of me so I know what I'm doing. Let's open this. And we're going to need our pliers again and the screwdriver on this occasion. Okay, so what we need first, we need this, and we need our thumb. So there is our thumb, like so. What we need is, need to make sure it's right. So we need it sitting just like that. And we're going to put our pin halfway through, and then we're going to just clamp it down. So there you go, there's his thumb. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to grab this section here, and this is where we're going to put his hands. So they go, it's no sort of particular order that they go in. So there goes one, and you can see now why we need the bigger hole. So they all go in like that. Then we're going to use the PP screws that we've got here to screw them in. So I'm going to do that as well now. Like that. And like that. Like that. And like that. So we now have all these fingers now in place. Like so. Okay, so we're going to grab that. That is going to sit like that. This section is going to sit just like that. So it goes on like so. And we're going to use some PP screws again. 3 this time. So we're going to stick one in there. One in there. And our last one, because we get a spare on the screws, just in this hole here. So that is how that should look at that stage. And then I've got a few more bits to do here. Yep. So that's that bit. We're next going to grab this section here, and that is going to peg into these 2 holes. So that is going to sit like that. And this obviously is going to go into the bigger hole. And we now have his hand, effectively. So that's his inner section there. And we get some good grip as well, because we've got the little pins on there. There's not over much articulation, especially on the thumb, and that's because it's hitting this section here actually. So as you can see, it's sort of, that is right, I think. Okay, it might not be. I think it's supposed to sit further in. So what I'm going to do, it is supposed to sit further in. Okay, so let's just take these bits off now. Let's just take these off for a second. That was easily taken off, but I just thought it doesn't seem right. So okay. Right, okay, so it goes all the way through there, and then this over the top, so it sits flush. It's still not a lot of movement in there, it's still hitting, but at least it's where it's supposed to be now. There we go. That took a couple of seconds to sort out. And there we go. So obviously he will handle his blaster, so that's how that will sit. But we do have his hand, which is brilliant. I'm so childish. Anyway, I'm sorry if you're building these and you don't do that sort of thing. I think you have to, right? He's flipping you the bird. Right, that is Optimus Prime's hand. All done. Okay, so that brings in an end to issues 62 and 63. As you can see, there's his hand. You can see where it will peg in eventually. There's a little hole there, but that is complete. We've now completed his hand. So that's the back of his hand, and that's the palm of Optimus Prime's hand. The fingers are really good. They're stiff. It's exactly how you'd want them. You don't want these loose at all. And you know, giving a high five to everyone. But that's how it has it in the thingy. It's good that we can get some sort of good articulation out of these, even though it's a little bit limited. You can give him a thumbs up. And yeah, so that is it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, subscribe, check all the other videos that we do here, because we do loads of other part works and discussions and everything else. But if you follow us on the Optimus Prime build, make sure you give us a thumbs up and a subscribe as well. And as always, guys, we'll see you at the next video. Until then, see you later.